This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Cabo Jim Schaller.
Welcome, good neighbors, episode number 182 of the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. Today we have good neighbors Kyle and Axel from Midwest Cartz. Welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Always good to get to know people in the community and what they do and share their stories with our listeners. So without further ado, let's jump right in. And why don't you guys share with the listeners what you guys do at Midwest Cartz?
For sure. So Axel and I actually have been really good friends for a long time, and we both were in different industries. And when my wife and I had moved to Florida about 2 years ago, just wanted to try something different, and we thought golf carts were really interesting. So we dove right in. We do a lot of customization. We do paint, powder coat, custom upholstery. So we do a little bit of everything, wheels and tires. We're a current Atlas Cartz dealer, which Atlas is actually owned by the ex-head designers of Club Car. So they're kind of your more high-level carts, all aluminum frame, full suspension, zero maintenance lithium batteries, sound system. I mean, they have the works. So we do everything from just baseline carts all the way up to your really high end. We've done corporate carts. We actually just, the casino over in Immokalee, the Seminole Casino, actually starting yesterday, they're doing a giveaway for July every week, every Sunday. They are giving away an Atlas cart. So 4 carts that we were able to provide to them. So just doing some really cool things locally.
That is good. I think I'm going to have to hit the casino. I think.
See if you can win a cart. There you go.
Right. Absolutely. So how did you guys choose golf carts of all things to start a business with?
So
Actually,
Kyle was really, mechanical, and he's always been into, high-end boats and ATVs, UTVs, all that. And when he moved to Florida, he definitely saw that there was a need for a high-end, luxury golf cart dealership that carried, a high-quality product. So he gave me a call. We went down to South Carolina. We met with several manufacturers, and, he's the expert in the quality control and all that. And he right away could tell which carts were good, which ones weren't. So we actually ended up carrying a different brand of carts that kind of launched us, and what started as a side business ended up really taking off. And we definitely saw the need for high level carts in the Southwest Florida area, and the rest is kind of history.
That's everybody needs a golf cart down here. It's it's the way to get around, of course. So through our journey, everybody's had some type of challenge or obstacle. Starting a business, obviously, is a big challenge. Is there something that happened along your guys' journey or this process that you can look back at now and, you went through it, but now you're in a better place because of?
100%. And it was the original brand we carried. They were really known for their motors and controllers. It was a company out of Canada, and the carts were good carts, but, the more you get into the industry and the more you learn, you find out the big differences and what people are looking for. And that's the best part of our job, is we get to educate the public on the difference. Like, everybody kind of relays golf carts to cars, and they think, no matter if you buy a Hyundai or a Honda Civic or a Mercedes or a BMW, they're all pretty reliable. Whereas in the golf cart industry, it's totally different because it's not regulated like the car industry. So, just being able to educate the public, whether they buy from us or not, is awesome because we get to lead them in the right direction. And sometimes that doesn't work out. Sometimes they go, the cheaper route, and some people have come back and said, hey, you were right. You want to take this card in on trade? And we try to help people out as much as we can. But that's the best part. And like when we do deliveries and you just see the kids' faces light up, and you get calls from people 6 months down the line, and they just say how much they love the cart, and they're sending their neighbor to us. And that's a really cool part of our business. But definitely the biggest struggle we had in the beginning was just learning the industry, learning the carts, what people wanted, who has the quality cart. And I don't just say it because we sell them, but the Atlas carts are incredible. They just released, they're the first golf cart company ever in the industry to do a lifetime powertrain warranty, which is
Wow.
incredible.
Wow, that's crazy. And you're doing the right things by, educating people enough where they can make their own decisions, but,
Yep.
being upfront with them. And that's, we need more people like you to do that. So talking along those lines, there's always maybe some type of myth or misconception surrounding the industry or, products or just the industry in general. Is there something that we could clear up for our listeners?
I think that would be the biggest thing is that people think all carts are made equal and they're all regulated the same, but they're not. They're unless they're an LSV cart, which is a low speed vehicle, which is like they have to be certified by the state of Florida or whatever state they're selling them in. Most carts are considered PTVs, which are personal transportation vehicles, which are not regulated. So like if you go with one of the cheaper brands, like their tires could be a little out of round, or their wheels might not be the same, or they're not aluminum frame, or their suspensions, everything down to the bolts and hardware, which people don't think of, like all stainless steel hardware and aluminum roof struts, because those are the things that down in the Florida weather, especially with the
Yeah.
salinity and the rain, it just destroys your cart over time. And we tell people all the time, like, it's really easy to sell a cart with tons of bells and whistles and make it look nice. But unless you're a super mechanical person and you dive into everything that matters, the motor, the battery, the suspension, the frame, like those are the big things that make the difference. And that's the struggle you have, is educating the public so they know the difference. Like, hey, do I spend 10,000 on a cart, or do I go up to that $15,000 mark and get something that's going to last me 10 years down the line and not break down every couple months? And that's kind of the give and go. You get what you pay for.
Exactly. It's like every car has four wheels, but the difference between a base economy model all the way up to a Mercedes, Bentley, whatever, totally different on what you're getting in quality. So
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And then
Yeah.
also, our carts are lithium battery, and a lot of people are used to gas carts. So, just
Uh,
educating, going back to that topic,
yep.
letting them know what lithium batteries we carry and what the benefit is and all that.
So
Yep.
so so speaking about that, I mean, obviously there's always something new, like every industry, but are there certain things that are trending or things that are new within the industry lately?
For sure, lithium in the last couple of years. I mean,
Yeah.
Club Car, who's the biggest in the world, said years ago that they would never do lithium. They said they would never get to that point. Now it's probably 60-70% of their business, just because the tech has come so far. And there is still brands that have big struggles with that. I won't name any names, but
But yeah.
there is some brands that are struggling with that side of their business, and you have a lot of breakdowns and issues. And I wouldn't say fires are a big issue. And we get that question a lot too. Like, hey, I've
Yeah.
heard lithium batteries have fires, and the thing about it is typically that's after like a hurricane or a storm, when carts have been underwater, and they say do not try to turn on a lithium battery after it's been
Right.
underwater. But when it's $2,500 to replace a battery, people want to try to save it. So I
Right.
get it. But on the flip side of that, the lead acid batteries that you have to fill with distilled water all the time, and if you go out of town, you have to leave them plugged in. Lithium batteries shut themselves down and don't have to be plugged in long term on a
No maintenance.
battery
Yeah.
tender. So
Wow.
there's two sides to it for sure.
Absolutely. A lot of education and knowledge goes into that. So, Kyle, I know you're from the Midwest originally. That's hence the name Midwest Cartz. But how did you pick Southwest Florida?
So my parents have been down here for the past 4 or 5 years, and they snowbird. And my wife's originally from California, so we always knew we wanted to go somewhere warm. And then during COVID, everything up in the Midwest was shut down, and we're like, well, let's just go look, see what we could afford. And came down. That's kind of how we fell into golf carts. I was like, man, I really want a golf cart. Can't really afford one. I'm like, maybe I just start a golf cart dealership, and started looking into it, and called up Axel. And it was like a Wednesday, and I was like, hey, what are you doing on Saturday? He's like, nothing. I'm like, we're flying to South Carolina. We're going to go start a golf cart dealership, because I'm in.
There you go. There you go. And now Axel needs to get down here, right?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
working on it.
There we go. Perfect. So I know running a business is very demanding on your time, but what do you guys enjoy doing outside of work?
I like to golf. So I try to do that, keep myself, busy and, not only for mental health, but just kind of, sometimes with running a business and all the day to day, sometimes you need a little bit of time. And then also I enjoy working out. Kyle just
Nice.
they just had a baby boy not too long ago. So he's pretty
I'm a little
busy.
tied up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got his hands full. That's a full-time job. But congrats on that. Absolutely.
Yep.
So is there one thing you wish our listeners knew about Midwest Cartz that maybe they're not aware of or don't know?
I'd say the biggest thing is that we're just always open to help. Whether you're buying from us or not, we're not a pushy dealership. It's not, oh, come in and feel intimidated. And we treat every person who walks through our door like family. And, maybe our cart is not the right fit for you, but our job is just to educate you so you can make the best decision for you.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
appreciate
perfectly
that.
said.
So how would our listeners go about contacting you if they had needs or concerns or questions?
Yeah, so we have our website, which we just launched our new website. It has a configurator on it, so you can design your cart, everything like that. But the best thing to do is just come into our showroom. So we're right off Alico Road, just south of Fort Myers Airport. And then our website is just midwestcartz.com. Our phone number is 239-207-3380, and we are open every day but Sunday.
Perfect. Any last words for our listeners?
That's all we got for now. Atlas always has some cool things coming out. We love doing custom builds. Obviously, we do custom paint pretty much everything. And even if anybody needs parts, accessories, maintenance work, if you already have a cart, we're here to help. So.
Perfect. Love it. Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for being such good neighbors. And I hope to see you out in the community soon. And Axel, I hope to see you down here soon.
Yeah, me too. It was great meeting you, and thank you for having us on.
Take care. Thanks, guys.
Thanks all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com or call 239-296-2621.